Hey guys, it's Tom Owner, and in this video, I'll be doing my round 5 AFL tips for the 2022 AFL season. And look at this ladder. Did anyone expect this? I mean, it's only round 4, but like, we got Melbourne 4-0, Brisbane, Fremantle and St Kilda all in the top 4, Geelong, Sydney, Carlton, Collingwood in the top 8. Then we've got Gold Coast in 9th, Richmond 10th, Hawks 11th, and look at that. Power 0-4. Definitely didn't expect that. Anyway, on to the first game. Brisbane vs Collingwood at the Gabba. Brisbane, they played really well against Geelong, but they couldn't get the job done. It was pushing their back, but Geelong should have won by more, I reckon. Still a great game to watch. Collingwood, they were just poor against the Eagles. I mean, how do you lose against an undermanned Eagles side? Not even North Melbourne did. And now Collingwood are 2-2 after having that 2-0 start. Collingwood should arguably be 4-0 if they didn't choke against the Cats and won a game they realistically should have won against the Eagles. Or Collingwood could be 4-0. But nothing what I said would change the tip to Collingwood. I still think Brisbane are going to win by 26 points. Now, North Melbourne vs Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. The Dogs just need a win. They need a win, and I think they'll get one with a comfortable 40-point win. Now, Sydney vs West Coast. Last round, West Coast was very impressive against Collingwood. Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting them to win that. It was a good ceiling goal by Waterman. Sydney, on the other hand, they weren't that impressive against North Melbourne. They got the win, but it wasn't any memorable win. Sydney haven't been great these past few weeks. They need to step up their game a little bit. But I think they'll win this game against the Eagles. I think they'll bounce back with a nice 5-goal win. St Kilda vs Gold Coast at Marvel Stadium. The last 6 or 5 affairs between these sides have all been under single-digit margins, which is just wow. These sides have played in so much thrillers, with St Kilda getting on, and I think it'll be the same this year. I'll go St Kilda by 5 points in another thriller. Next, I'll go Adelaide vs Richmond at the Adelaide Oval. Now, Richmond, they were very impressive against the Western Bulldogs last week, but if the Bulldogs kick straight, then the Tigers would have lost that. But still, the Tigers still play very well against the Bulldogs, and I've got to give them credit for that. Adelaide were also very impressive against Essendon last week. They only lost by 4 points to a great Essendon side at Melbourne. So, it was a good fight back by the Adelaide Crows. However, they just couldn't get the job done. They only lost by 4 points. It was a great game, almost game of the round after Brisbane went Geelong. That could even be game of the round. But yeah, I still think Richmond are the better team, so I'll go Richmond by 12 points at the Adelaide Oval. At the MCG, Melbourne vs GWS. Melbourne, they got the job done against Port Adelaide. It's just a classic Melbourne performance. They show up and give Port a smash at their home ground. What more is there to say? GWS, on the other hand, they got dogged by the umpires. I'll give them that, but Fremantle was still the better team for most of the game. I'll say, GWS, they weren't too bad against us last week. I mean, they showed up for the first 3 quarters, but the last quarter, we just ran over the top of them. I think Melbourne will win this game, but GWS do know how to challenge top sides. So I'll make it an 11-point win. Yeah. Next, we've got Carlton vs Port Adelaide at the MCG. Port Adelaide, they're in terrible form. They're in awful form. They're 0-4. They should arguably be 2-2. They should have beat Brisbane at the Gabba. They should have beat Adelaide in a showdown. But maybe could have even beat Hawthorn round 2 if they had kicked straight. They won the stats, I'm pretty sure. you know, if Travis Stokes didn't miss that, I reckon Port would have won that by a point. And if Port kicked straight against Melbourne, it could have been very different on the score. So I'm not sure about Port. I can't tell Port Adelaide are on full form, or is there just that one thing that's stopping them from winning games, or both? With that being said, I think Carlton are going to win this game. With all the Port's mistakes in the past few rounds, I can't see them beating the team from Carlton at the MCG. You know, even though they lost to the Songs last week, Carlton is still in red hot form. I mean, they beat the Tigers, they beat the Bulldogs in the first 2 rounds of a strong start, and they also beat the Hawks in a thriller, and Hawthorn aren't an easy beat. Anyway, next I've got Essendon vs Fremantle at Marvel Stadium. We played really good against GWS. We got a bit of help from the umpires, but we still deserved that win. Essendon were also very impressive against the Crows. You know, they're not easy beats, the Adelaide Crows. So it was good for Essendon to get a nice 4-point win. If it was at Optus, I would tip us, but since it's at Marvel and we lose Essendon and we play pretty poor against the Bombers at Marvel, I'm gonna have to tip Essendon by 8 points. You know, we played poor against Essendon last year, but our inaccuracy was arguably what cost us the win. And we always play in close affairs with Essendon. I think 2019 we lost by 7, 2020 we lost by 6, 2021 we lost by 7 again. So we've played in pretty close affairs with the Bombers, and I think it'll happen again with the Bombers getting up. Round 5, Hawthorn vs Geelong. Hawthorn, they were pretty poor against the Saints, losing by 69 points, losing by a Huntsman 2 years in a row. And Geelong, they were amazing against the Lions. It was a cracker of a game to watch if you were watching it live. It was goal for goal pretty much the entire game until Geelong managed to get that 10-point win. Yeah, you know, Hawthorn can easily upset here. It's at the G. It's very tempting to tip Hawthorn here. Very, very tempting. But I'm gonna have to go Geelong by 6 points in a surprise thriller. Thank you guys so much for watching my round 5 tips. I am Total Drama Owen Noah, and I'll see you all next time.
Build your kingdom as your world falls.